Welcome, chosen ones. This message is no accident. It's divine timing that has brought you here today, and I want you to know that everything you've experienced up until this point was not in vain. You've faced immense challenges, betrayal, and moments where you were made to feel like you were in the wrong. But I'm here to tell you today that God has seen every bit of it. He saw the pain, the lies, the manipulation. He witnessed every attempt made to break you. And I want to remind you that God is not passive. He is actively working behind the scenes, preparing divine justice for those who have wronged you. The truth is, the ones who hurt you tried to manipulate the narrative. They tried to play the victim, to make it seem like they were the ones wronged. But in the midst of their deceit, God was watching. He saw everything: the betrayal, the lies, the schemes that were designed to turn the world against you. And though you may have felt abandoned, isolated, or misunderstood, I want you to hear me now. God has seen everything. His justice is coming, and it is inevitable. The divine retribution you have been waiting for is already in motion. Trust in God's timing. Trust that He is working everything out in your favor. Even when it seemed like the world didn't see the truth, God never turned His eyes away from you. What's about to unfold will shake the very foundations of what your betrayers believed they could get away with. Now, as you take a deep breath and prepare your heart for the truth, I encourage you to like this video, subscribe, and leave a 77 in the comments. This is your signal to the universe, aligning you with divine justice and activating the blessings that are about to manifest in your life. Stay with me until the end, chosen one, because this message will resonate with your soul. I promise you, this is the moment you've been waiting for. The first truth I want to bring to the surface today is this: the betrayal you faced, chosen one, was not just an accident. It wasn't a random act of cruelty or something you brought upon yourself. No, this was a deliberate act, a calculated effort to break you down. The people involved in this betrayal knew exactly what they were doing. They were not acting out of ignorance or misunderstanding. They chose to wrong you, to lie about you, to manipulate the narrative so that they could play the victim and you could be painted as the villain. It's easy for others to look at your situation from the outside and think that everything must have just been a misunderstanding, or that maybe you brought some of it upon yourself. But God knows the truth. He saw it all. He saw the lies being spun, the rumors being spread, the trust that was shattered. And even when it seemed like no one was standing up for you, God was watching. He saw how the people you trusted twisted the story, not just to make you look bad, but to make themselves seem innocent. He witnessed the manipulation and the way they tried to turn everything around to make it appear as if you were the one causing all the problems. But chosen one, God's eyes never left you. And though they thought they could get away with it, they didn't. God saw the betrayal, He saw the lies, and He saw your pain. More importantly, He heard your silent prayers, the cries that you made in the middle of the night, the pleas for help. God heard it all, and He was there. Even when it felt like you were standing alone in the storm, He was watching over you, preparing a way for justice to come. What makes the betrayal even more painful, chosen one, is how the perpetrators of this injustice didn't just harm you, they twisted the story. They didn't stop at just hurting you emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. They worked tirelessly to frame you as the villain in the narrative, trying to make the world see you as the one who was at fault. They spread lies about your character, undermined your relationships with others, and made you look like someone untrustworthy. They painted themselves as the victims of your supposed wrongdoing, manipulating the facts in their favor. This wasn't just a petty act of revenge or an isolated incident. This was an all-out effort to destroy your reputation, to create doubt in others about your integrity, and to isolate you emotionally and socially. They went as far as to use their influence to turn people against you, to spread rumors that would make others question everything about you. They even tried to put legal charges on you, hoping that a permanent stain of shame and guilt would follow you for the rest of your life. But even in the midst of all this chaos, the truth was not lost. While they were so busy manipulating the narrative, they failed to realize that the truth always finds a way to surface. God was not fooled by their actions. He saw their intentions, their lies, and their attempts to control the situation. And while they continued to play the victim, God was already preparing to expose their true nature. The injustice they tried to create was not just about ruining your reputation, it was about breaking you. They tried to destroy your sense of self-worth and make you doubt who you are. They attempted to manipulate the way you saw yourself, the way others saw you, and the way you would move forward in your life. Their actions weren't random, and they weren't without purpose. They were designed with one goal in mind: to bring you down, to make you question your value, and to rob you of your peace and confidence. But here's the truth, chosen one. No matter how deep their deception ran, no matter how many lies they spread, or how hard they worked to destroy your reputation, they couldn't break you. Why? Because God's protection was always with you. They underestimated your strength, your resilience, and most importantly, they underestimated the power of God in your life. They thought they could destroy you by spreading lies and manipulating the story, but they couldn't take away the truth of who you are. They couldn't take away your worth, and they couldn't erase the protection that God has placed over you. God saw everything, and He didn't just stand by idly. He saw the lies, He saw the betrayal, and He heard your pain. And now, He is moving behind the scenes to ensure that justice is done. The lies they told, the schemes they tried to pull, and the damage they attempted to inflict on your life, they will not stand. God is about to expose the truth and turn the tables in your favor. Their attempts to break you will only serve to highlight the strength that lies within you. In the coming days, chosen one, you will see the truth unfold before your eyes. The lies they told will unravel, the manipulations will be exposed, and the justice that has been so long delayed will be delivered. You don't have to do anything but trust in God's timing. His justice is coming, and it is going to be swift and unshakable. What was done to you will not be in vain. God is going to use it to elevate you, to strengthen you, and to fulfill the purpose He has for your life. So stand firm, stand strong, and trust that God is moving on your behalf. You will rise above this, and they will be the ones left to face the consequences of their actions. Your victory is imminent. Keep the faith, chosen one, because God saw everything, and now the time for justice has come. For many of you chosen ones, it may have felt as though you were fighting this battle alone. You may have wondered why the truth seemed to stay hidden while the lies and deceptions ran rampant. It's easy to feel isolated, to think that God has turned His eyes away when the world seems to turn against you. But I am here to tell you that even when you couldn't see it, even when you felt abandoned or unheard, God was there. He has been with you every step of the way, quietly protecting you from the worst of the attack. The protection of God is not always visible. His ways are higher than ours, and sometimes we don't understand why things unfold the way they do. Divine justice doesn't always appear on our timeline, and yet it is always precise and unwavering. While the world may have seen you suffer, God has been documenting every injustice, every betrayal, every lie. His eyes have never left you. He saw every tear you cried, every sleepless night, and every moment of doubt you endured. Even in the darkest moments, He has shielded you from the worst of what was intended for you. He has placed a divine armor around you that protected your spirit when others tried to break you. There were times when you may have felt like you were fighting on your own, but the truth is, you never were alone. God was right there, keeping you safe, guiding you through the storm, even when it felt like He was silent. And now, the time for His justice has arrived. The storm is clearing, and His divine protection will be made known to you in ways you never thought possible. Though it may have seemed like those who wronged you were getting away with their actions, rest assured, chosen one, God was working behind the scenes, ensuring that justice would prevail. The perpetrators believed their deceitful schemes were foolproof. They thought they could manipulate the narrative, distort the truth, and ultimately escape any accountability. But they couldn't have been more wrong. God's justice is not subject to the world's timing or expectations. While the wait may have felt long, while it may have felt like the truth was being buried beneath layers of lies and slander, know that God was preparing for the perfect moment when the truth would emerge. He doesn't operate in haste or impulsive action. Instead, His justice is deliberate, calculated, and perfectly timed. What they thought they could sweep under the rug is now being exposed, and it's happening at exactly the right moment. Not a moment too late, not a moment too soon. There's something truly powerful about God's plan for justice. It is unshakable. It doesn't change with the tides of the world, nor does it depend on the whims of those who attempt to manipulate or deceive. God sees the whole picture, the beginning, the middle, and the end. He knew what would happen before it even began, and He has orchestrated every piece of this divine plan to unfold in the way that brings the greatest glory to His name and the most justice to His chosen. So while it may have felt like they were getting away with everything, chosen one, know that God's plan was always in motion. The truth is coming to light, and the justice that has been delayed will now be delivered in ways that will leave no room for doubt. The lies, the deceptions, and the false narratives spun by those who betrayed you are already beginning to unravel. The web of deceit they tried to weave has started to fray, and soon the truth will be made clear to everyone involved. It may have seemed like the lies were invincible, like they had the upper hand, but God's truth is always more powerful than any falsehood. Every single lie that was told about you, every manipulation, every attempt to twist your story in their favor is being revealed for what it truly is, a reflection of their own character and insecurities. This is the moment where God's timing is going to show you just how perfectly He orchestrates justice. The timing may not have been what you expected, but it has been perfect all along. The deceit they tried to build around you is collapsing, and as it does, you will see the truth come to light in a way that will leave no room for doubt. What once felt like an impossible battle is now shifting in your favor. The truth, which was once obscured, will be seen by all, and those who tried to tear you down will have no choice but to face the consequences of their actions. Your faithfulness during this storm has prepared you for this moment. You may have wondered why things were happening the way they were, or why God seemed silent during your darkest moments. But now you can see that the waiting, the patience, and the trust you placed in God during this time have been your greatest strength. You were being prepared for the divine justice that is about to unfold. And now that the truth is coming to light, you can rest in knowing that everything you've been through has led you to this powerful moment of vindication. The deceit you've endured has not just affected you, chosen one, but it has also rippled out to those around you. The lies they spread didn't just harm your reputation, they targeted your very sense of self-worth. They aimed to tear down the relationships you had with others, to isolate you, and to make you feel unworthy of the love, respect, and trust that you deserve. They wanted to make you doubt yourself, question your place in the world, and even feel as if you didn't belong. The emotional toll of being manipulated and slandered by those you once trusted is immeasurable. The damage they tried to inflict went beyond just surface-level harm. They wanted to break your spirit, to make you question your integrity, to sow seeds of doubt and confusion in your mind. And for a time, it may have worked. There were moments when you felt lost, unsure, and isolated. You may have wondered why things were happening the way they were, or why people you trusted turned against you. But here's the truth, chosen one. They can lie, manipulate, and try to break you, but they cannot take away the core of who you are. What they tried to destroy was never yours to lose. It was always within you, and no matter how deep the wounds, they cannot erase the truth of your soul. What they did to you will have its impact, but it will not define you. The damage they sought to cause can only be healed by the strength and love that God has placed within you. What they have sown in malice, they are now reaping in suffering. The karmic retribution for their actions is inevitable, and it is unfolding before their eyes. Every lie they told, every scheme they orchestrated, and every effort to tear you down is coming back to them, and it is coming with consequences. They may have believed that they could escape accountability, that they could deceive others and get away with it, but that is not how divine justice works. God sees everything. He knows the hearts of men, and He knows their intentions. What they did was not just an attack on you, it was an attack on divine order. And now, as the wheel of karma turns, they are facing the consequences of their actions. They cannot escape it. They cannot outrun the truth. What they tried to do to you is now coming back to them in ways they never expected. Their lies are falling apart, and the consequences of their deceit are being revealed to the world. You don't need to seek revenge or retaliation, chosen one, because God's justice will take care of it. What they thought they could hide will be exposed, and their own actions will be their undoing. You've been patient, you've trusted, and now the universe is making things right. Their downfall is not just coming in the form of external consequences. No, the true weight of their actions is felt within their souls. The guilt, the shame, and the mental anguish are already taking root in their hearts. Through it all, chosen one, you have survived. And that survival is a testament to your strength. They tried to break you, but they underestimated you. They didn't realize the power that you carry within you, the divine protection, the strength of your spirit, and the unwavering faith that you have. Every attack they launched only made you stronger. Every attempt to tear you down only elevated you higher. This is the power of rising above. You are not the victim here. You are the survivor. You are the one who stood tall, even when everything around you seemed designed to make you fall. You are the one who kept going, even when others tried to stop you. You are the one who maintained your integrity, your faith, and your belief in yourself, even when it felt like the world was conspiring against you. And now, chosen one, you are rising, not just from the ashes, but into the fullness of your divine purpose. You are stepping into a future that is far brighter than the pain of the past. The strength you've gained from surviving these trials is propelling you forward, and nothing can stop you now. You have been refined in the fire. Your spirit has been tested, and it has come through stronger than ever. You are ready for the blessings that are about to unfold, and nothing, no lie, no betrayal, no attempt to bring you down, will stand in your way. Your future is waiting, and it is one filled with divine purpose, abundance, and peace. Trust that God is with you. Trust that His justice is unfolding, and know that your victory is imminent. Chosen ones, let's talk about the truth. For far too long, it may have seemed like the lies and manipulations directed at you were impossible to overcome. The deception felt suffocating, and you wondered if the truth would ever come to light. But here's the undeniable reality. The truth always finds its way. The more they tried to bury it, the more the truth has been working quietly behind the scenes, building its power to emerge at just the right moment. Lies are temporary, but the truth is eternal. It can be buried for a while, hidden under layers of falsehoods and deceit, but it cannot stay hidden forever. Time may pass, and the manipulators may think they have gotten away with their actions, but the truth is like a seed planted in the soil. It may take time to grow, but once it begins to sprout, nothing can stop its rise. And that's exactly what is happening now. The time for their lies and manipulations has passed. What they tried to do to you, the false stories they spread, and the games they played to make themselves appear as the victims, all of it is coming undone. While they may have believed that they could outsmart God, they failed to realize that He sees everything. God's justice works in mysterious ways, and the ones who thought they could destroy you are now facing the consequences of their actions. You may have felt like you were in the dark for too long, unsure of whether the truth would ever be seen, but rest assured, chosen one, the truth is shining through. And with that truth, divine justice is now unfolding. God's hand is moving, and the lies, the manipulation, and the cruelty they tried to bury you under are being brought into the light. You will see it all, the truth, and with it, the retribution that is rightfully yours. As the truth rises, so too will your elevation, chosen one. Let's face it, the ones who sought to destroy you are now watching their carefully crafted empire of lies crumble. They thought their manipulation would remain undetected, that they could continue their deceit without facing any consequences. But the laws of the universe and God's divine justice have set things in motion, and now their downfall is inevitable. The lies they told about you, the betrayals they carried out, the slander and the manipulations, these are all catching up to them. They believed they were clever enough to get away with their schemes, but God's divine timing is always perfect, and now they are facing the very consequences they feared. The universe has a way of flipping the script, and as they desperately try to maintain control of the narrative, their hold is slipping, and soon they will be exposed for who they truly are. And you, chosen one, you are rising. You are rising higher than you've ever been, and no matter how much they try to manipulate the situation, you cannot be brought down. God's divine hand is upon you, and His protection shields you from their plans. Your rise is a reflection of the justice that is being served, and while they squirm in the consequences of their actions, you are stepping into the fullness of your power, your purpose, and your divine calling. It's time for you to embrace this truth. Your rise is not a coincidence. It's the result of your faith, your perseverance, and your unwavering trust in the process. What you've been through was not meant to break you. It was meant to elevate you. God was preparing you for something greater, and now that the truth is being revealed, your elevation is part of the divine plan. You might have wondered, chosen one, where justice was all this time. You may have felt abandoned or even punished by the actions of those around you. But God never abandoned you. He was with you every step of the way. His justice was simply in preparation, working in the background until the perfect moment when everything would unfold. Now, that moment is here. As you watch the truth unfold and their lies unravel, you will feel a sense of peace and clarity that you haven't felt before. Divine justice is not just about retribution, it's about bringing clarity. You've been walking through a fog, not knowing when or how things would change, but now the fog is lifting. You can see clearly now. You can see the path ahead, and it's brighter than ever. Rest assured, chosen one, your victory is imminent. God has not forgotten you. Your suffering, your trials, and your perseverance have all been preparing you for this moment. While the attackers may continue to play the victim, God's judgment is already set in motion, and it is a sure thing. The truth will always rise, and those who sought to tear you down will be exposed for who they truly are. Justice is coming, and you will not only be vindicated, but you will be elevated. What you thought was a season of darkness is now leading you into a new season of light, abundance, and spiritual fulfillment. Throughout all the struggles, chosen one, you may have felt the weight of the world pressing down on you. It seemed like the attacks were relentless, that no matter how hard you tried to rise above, something kept pulling you back down. But even when you couldn't see it, God's hand of protection was always with you. You are a child of God, chosen for something greater than what the world sees. The challenges you faced were never meant to break you. They were meant to refine you, to shape you into someone who is unshakable. And as you rise, you are not just rising on your own strength, you are rising with God's strength. His divine favor and protection are all around you, and no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You've been through the fire, chosen one, but now you are emerging as pure gold. Every attack that came against you has only made you stronger, and the divine favor that is resting on your life is unmistakable. While your enemies are feeling the weight of their deceit and the consequences of their actions, you are walking in God's protection, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop you now. This is a new chapter for you. The days of being weighed down by lies, manipulation, and betrayal are over. The days of struggling to make sense of why things were happening the way they were are over. You are now stepping into the fullness of your divine calling, and nothing can hold you back. It's time, chosen one, for you to rise above the lies. You are no longer bound by the false narratives that others tried to create about you. The deceit that was spread is now powerless. Your rise is not just a victory for you, it is a testimony of God's protection and faithfulness. You are not defined by what they did to you. You are not defined by their lies, their manipulation, or their attempts to break you. You are defined by the divine light within you, the resilience that God has placed in your spirit. And now, as you step fully into your purpose, you will find that the power of God's protection will propel you forward in ways you never thought possible. The betrayal, the lies, the manipulation, they were never meant to break you. They were meant to prepare you for the greatness that lies ahead. And now that the fog has cleared and God's divine justice is unfolding, you are stepping into the fullness of your calling. As you rise, chosen one, you are entering a new season of your life. The past, filled with pain, betrayal, and manipulation, is now behind you. The future ahead of you is filled with peace, blessings, and fulfillment. Your divine purpose is coming into full alignment, and you are now walking in a path that has been divinely ordained for you. God's favor is upon you, and your future is brighter than ever. The struggles you faced were not in vain. They were the preparation you needed to step fully into your role as God's chosen. The pain you endured has been transformed into spiritual strength, and now, with God's protection, you are ready to embrace all the blessings that await you. The road ahead may still have challenges, but you are no longer walking it alone. You are walking with God by your side, and His divine favor is upon you. As you move forward, you will continue to grow, evolve, and rise to new heights of spiritual fulfillment and purpose. Trust in God's timing, chosen one. Your victory is here, and your future is already aligned with divine favor. Keep walking in faith, knowing that the best is yet to come. Your rise is inevitable, and God's justice is unfolding before your eyes. Stay focused on your path, for you are walking in a new season, one filled with peace, abundance, and the fullness of God's divine protection. Chosen ones, as we reach the end of this message, let's reflect on the journey you've endured and the divine justice that is unfolding in your life. It may have seemed like your struggles would never end, like the lies and betrayals you faced would define your story forever. But the truth is, those trials were never meant to break you. They were meant to refine you, to prepare you for the greatness that was always destined for you. The divine justice you've been waiting for is already in motion. What others tried to destroy has only been made stronger through God's protection. What they meant for harm has been transformed into your greatest victory. And as God's chosen, you are now stepping into a future that is brighter than anything you could have imagined. Remember, divine justice isn't just about retribution, it's about elevation. God's justice restores what was lost, it amplifies what was silenced, and it re-establishes what was stolen. And that is exactly what's happening now. While those who wronged you are facing the consequences of their actions, you are rising to new heights, walking in divine favor and purpose. You are no longer bound by the lies of the past. You are free to step into the fullness of your divine calling, knowing that no one can stop the blessings that are coming your way. As you move forward, trust that God is with you every step of the way. His protection is constant, and His divine favor is upon you. You've been prepared for this moment, and now it's time to embrace the future that's unfolding. Keep your heart open, stay grounded in faith, and remember that what's coming is far greater than what's been lost. The best is yet to come. Rise, chosen one. The world is waiting to see the greatness that God has always intended for you. Walk boldly in your purpose, knowing that nothing, no lie, no betrayal, can ever take away what God has promised you. Your victory is imminent, and divine justice is your inheritance. Step into it, for your time has come.